Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Privrajagacharya Ashtotra Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Shalasi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Privrajagacharya Ashtotra Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Sagaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai. Shri Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Hlada Daine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Shilatankana Khalaye. Ito Nrasimha Parato Nrasimho. Yato yato yami tato Nrasimha. Bahir Nrasimho Hridaye Nrasimho. Bahir Nrasimho Hridaye Nrasimho. Nrasimha Madim Sharanam Prapadye. Tava Kara Kamala Bare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Talita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringha. Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Advuta Shringam Keshavadhrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Keshavadhrita Narahari Rupa Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Welcome everybody to Radhastami Festival. Thank you. Looks like everybody survived Janmashtami. That's a good sign. I have a few announcements. First, you can see in the altar, you have all these baskets. They are all gifts for Radharani, filled up of all kind of sweets, cookies, burfis, sandesh, ladus, and the list going on. You can sponsor already. Some people sponsor already. You can donate $30. We have already. That's the only we have. First come, first serve, and already we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Already 7 people are sponsored. If you want to sponsor, it's just a $30 donation, and you can take the basket. How many are you? Only 18. It's just $30 donation, and you can get it from me from the altar, straight from the Radharani's feet. Okay. You can give the donation to me, or I'm not sure if my wife is in the store, in the gift shop, and let me know. And also we want to say thank you everybody who sponsored for the feast. We want a special thank you to the Chauhan family. Is here, Ramesh Chauhan. Here is. They donate for all the flowers, for all the deities. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. And this is Chauhan family, and also in the name of Apurva and Adit Patel. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna. They donate $2,000 for all the flowers, and we make all the outfits. All right, next. We want to say thank you also for the, we have amazing feast, and we're going to say all the families who donate for the feast. Kandeshi family, thank you so much. Krishna Kata Das, thank you. And Parikshik Das, all that they donate for the feast, thank you so much. Hare Krishna. And now we're gonna have Avishek. If you donate, we have all the names here. You can come forward. You can make the line. Only please the sponsor, but the other way we're gonna be all night making the deities. We're gonna say thank you to Rupa Goswami. He's not here. He's in East Coast. We want to say thank you to Rupa Manohara Prabhu and Shamala Kumari, Jamuna Pati Prabhu, Vinosha Shidaran, Gerardo Sahagun, Prabhu Kandasamy, Nadia Bihari and Kripamai, David Yon, Vishal Vinod, Radhapriya Devidasi, Raki Sumesh, Judistin and Radhapriya, Adbudbar Tripati, Sanjay Kurubadi, the Kurubadi family, Chaturvedi family, Dharnidar Krishna Das and Tantot family, Guru Krishna, Asha Ori, and Darpan and Osa Jayati and all the Osa family. You can come forward and you can pay the deities when you want to start. You can do the line. And thank you so much, Hare Krishna. Don't forget to get your basket. It's only 18. You're gonna miss it.
We can wait for the ISKCON show to start. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you, Amogalila, for coming down from Gandharva to share a few years with us. And he's taking drum classes, so watch out, guys. So this is Radhastami. Welcome. Thank you. Hari Bol. If you've been driving on the freeway, you see it says, stay cool, conserve power, 4 to 9 p.m. Come here, 4 to 9 p.m. Stay cool with us. It's cool in here, huh? Look how many people there are. Yeah, so be here with us. Hari Bol. So, Radhastami, what a wonderful event. Everything's really great. I wanted to thank Girdhari Priya. He comes for events. He dresses Radharani and, Krishna so nicely. Thank you for that. Yeah, Hari Bol. It's so great to see so many nice faces. We had such a great festival season. Krishna's birthday, Prabhupada's birthday, Radharani's birthday. And their appearance days. Thank you for appearing here tonight. Yeah, Balaram too. And our Balaram's having a birthday Friday the 16th. And it's at that Mataji's house. So if you want to come, Hari Bol. We might be a lot of people. We'll see. Okay, so thank you, everyone. We're going to have a nice discussion right now by His Grace Dravida Dasa. We had a really nice Bhagavatam class this morning led by His Grace Vijay Prabhu. We talked a little bit about Radharani, and we kind of got into the mood. He's got a lot of great things to share with us. Very, very special. So, do you see him? Is he here? Okay. The first time I introduced him, I went over the top. So I'm going to try to put this a little under it. So, he's got a slideshow for us. He's exceptional. He's been practicing Krishna consciousness longer than all the brahmacharis. We're so grateful to have him in our association, and please be enlightened by his discussion today and ask him any question. Try to stump him. It won't happen. Okay. Hari Bol, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Whoa, this one's red, almost out. So I'll go until they give me some new batteries. So time is a little late, so I think we'll just proceed with the slideshow that I prepared. And that goes, let's see, how's this? Uh-oh, been so long, it's gone off. All right. So we're going to begin, when this comes up, with a quote from Srila Prabhupada from the second canto on Srimati Radharani. Huh? It's coming up. Coming up, coming up. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe I have to hit this again. All right. Oh, there it goes. Oh, I know what it is. There we go. Okay. So, let's see. Is there a chair in the house? Yeah, it's too late to bring that in. Here, give me, there's a chair. Everyone's so much in ecstasy that they forgot about the Vyasa-san, so we'll just sit here. But could I ask someone to turn the lights up? Oh, thank you. Oh. Special. Avishek. All right, got the lights on. Give me another mic. This one's running out. Okay. Hare Krishna. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanandana Shalakaya Chakshurun Midatam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkest of ignorance, but my spiritual master Srila Prabhupada opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble obeisance unto him and all members of Sri Parampara, the disciplic succession. So, Srila Prabhupada has this wonderful quote in the second canto, third chapter of the 23rd verse in the purport, where he says, in Vrindavan, all the pure devotees pray for the mercy of Srimati Radharani, the pleasure potency of Lord Krishna. Srimati Radharani is a tender-hearted, feminine counterpart of the Supreme Whole, resembling the perfectional stage of the worldly feminine nature. Therefore, the mercy of Radharani is available very readily to the sincere devotees. And once she recommends such a devotee to Lord Krishna, the Lord at once accepts the devotee's admittance into his association. And one thing I wanted to remind everybody, because everyone here is of course familiar with the Hare Krishna mantra. So the Hare Krishna mantra has Srimati Radharani's name there in the word Hare. Prabhupada was often asked, especially at the beginning, what's the meaning of this mantra? And he would say that this is a call to Krishna and to Srimati Radharani to please engage me in your service. It's a vocative. Hare is the vocative for Hara. And Hara is a name for Radharani that means she who steals away the mind of Krishna. Just as Hari is he who takes away all of our sufferings and like that. And of course Krishna means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is all attractive. He has all of these 6 opulences in full. Aishwarasya, Samagrasya, Viryasya, Yashashakshya, Jnana-vairagyoschaya, Shannam Bhaga Itingana. All the wealth, Aishwarasya, Samagrasya, Viryasya, all the strength, all the fame, all beauty, all knowledge, and all detachment or renunciation. He is a Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that's the definition given by Parashara Muni, who's the father of Vedavyasa. So, in the beginning of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we find verses called the Mangalacharan, which describe the main subject of the book and goes through Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, Advaita Acharya, and gives verses describing them. And then later on in that Adi Leela, the first part of the book, he expounds more on these verses. So one of the verses describes why Krishna came as Lord Chaitanya, which is very important. The very third verse of the book describes that Krishna is Lord Chaitanya is Krishna, and Krishna is God, which is the foundation of our whole faith. So then, why would Krishna come down to this world with the mood and the complexion of Srimati Radharani? And so the answer is in this verse, in which he says, in order to understand the glory of Srimati Radharani's love for himself. See, he was in Vrindavan, or excuse me, in Goloka, and he was in one of the palaces, and there was some places has a shining pillar, or the floor was so beautifully polished that he could see his reflection. And he says, well, I've never seen such beauty like this. He's looking at his own reflection. And he says, I'd like to taste that beauty from Radharani's point of view, because her love for him is unparalleled. That's the whole essence of Srimati Radharani, which we'll read in a minute. And so she's able to appreciate his beauty more than anyone else. And so he wants to understand the glory of her love, his own qualities from her point of view, and the pleasure she feels from loving him and being loved by him. And this is the motive for Lord Chaitanya appearing. This is the internal motive. And the external motive is to spread the Sankirtan mission for all of the benefit of the conditioned souls who are suffering so much. There's twofold reason. So then the question comes up when Krishna's Kaviraj is explaining that particular verse, well, who is Srimati Radharani? And so I'm going to read a little section from this 4th chapter. Those of you who are familiar with the Chaitanya Charitamrita, you probably have read this in the Adi Leela, and I highly recommend this Chaitanya Charitamrita. This Chaitanya Charitamrita describes as the postgraduate study of bhakti. The basic study is Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita we should study regularly. We have our evening class. You're welcome to come physically or online Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in the evening starting at 7:15. And this gives us the basic philosophy and the understanding who is Krishna, who we are, what the relationship is, and why it's so important to try to get out of this material world and go back to Godhead, because it's a world of suffering, birth, old age, disease, and death. But it's all very concise. After all, it's right before the war. There's not a lot of time to extrapolate. Very concise. So then the Srimad Bhagavatam expands on all these themes. In fact, some of you may not know there's a Gita, there's a Krishna Gita in the Bhagavatam called the Uddhava Gita in the 11th canto near the end, in which Krishna expands on many of the themes that he teaches in the Bhagavad Gita. Very nice, very important part of it. But then the Chaitanya Charitamrita kind of begins from the end of the Bhagavatam. Many of the themes of the Chaitanya Charitamrita are there in the Bhagavatam. But the explication of the highest levels of prema bhakti, as taught by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and shown by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, are there in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So in this 4th chapter, Krishna's Kaviraj is explaining who Srimati Radharani is. And I'm going to read this section here, that's kind of the essence of it. And I'm not going to read all the purpose, so just a little section, it'll take a few minutes. So beginning in text 68 of the 4th chapter, the essence of Ladani. Now it's important to understand some of these technical terms. The Krishna in the spiritual world, he has these internal potencies by which he maintains the whole, the different abodes in that spiritual world, Vaikuntha, which means the place where there's no anxiety. Wouldn't it be nice to be in a place where there's never even a tinge of anxiety? This is Kunta Loka, that's Vaikuntha Loka. So the highest planet there is Goloka Vrindavan. So how is that place maintained? It's described in the Bhagavad Gita that here everything is maintained by the 3 modes of nature and these material energies. We're all familiar with them. We may not know the technical terms, but everyone knows solid matter, and there's liquids, and there's air, there's gases, there are space where everything is accommodated, and of course fire, electricity, energy, subtle matter, like the mind, intelligence, ego. These are the raw materials of this material world. But in the spiritual world, it's not like that. It's the saying differently. So it describes he has these 3 internal energies. He says, Ladani, Sandani, and Samvit. Ladani energy is the pleasure energy, and Srimati Radharani is the personified pleasure energy. We'll get into that a little bit in the reading. And then there's the Samvit energy, which is the knowledge potency. And there's the Sandani potency, which is the existence potency, overseen by Balaram. That's why anyone who comes to the temple, sometimes they come and they're chanting japa, and of course they may lean against the wall, and I come and I say, try not to lean against the wall. We give them a little cushion, because this whole temple is a manifestation of Balaram. He's sustaining all of these things, the fans and the paraphernalia for worship. This is this expansion of Lord Balaram, the Sandani potency, all the things there, the very forms of the gopis and Krishna and everyone are sustained by this. But the Ladani potency, the pleasure potency, is personified by Srimati Radharani. And this is described in the beginning, another verse, Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Ladani Shakti Rasmad. That Radha is a transformation of love for Krishna. Personified love. So I'm going to read this. It's all quite esoteric, obviously. But this is Srimati Radharani. All the other gopis and then all the other devotees are expansions of her, and they have their own individual ways in which they serve Krishna and please Krishna, and in different rasa or different relationships. And that's what the spiritual world is. So here it says, the essence of that Ladini potency is love of God. The essence of love of God is emotion or bhava, and the ultimate development of emotion is Mahabhava, and that's who Srimati Radharani is. Sri Radha Thakurani is the embodiment of Mahabhava, the highest intensity and volume of love for Krishna. She is the repository of all good qualities and the quest jewel among all the lovely consorts of Lord Krishna. Of these, and then there's a verse here quoted from the Ujjvala Nilamani, which I won't give the Sanskrit. Of these two gopis, Radharani and Chandravali, Srimati Radharani is superior in all respects. She is the embodiment of Mahabhava, and she surpasses all in good qualities. Her mind, her senses, and her body are steeped in love for Krishna. She is Krishna's own energy, and she helps him in his pastimes. And I'll just read this little section from the purport. Srimati Radharani is as fully spiritual as Krishna. No one should consider her to be material. She is definitely not like the conditioned souls who have material bodies, gross and subtle, covered by material senses. She is all spiritual, and both her body and her mind are of the same spiritual embodiment. Because her body is spiritual, her senses are also spiritual, thus her body, mind, and senses fully shine in love for Krishna. She is the personified Ladini Shakti, which I explained, and therefore she is the only source of enjoyment for Krishna. Krishna cannot enjoy anything that is internally different from him. Therefore, Radha and Krishna are identical. The Sandhini portion of, as I explained, Sri Krishna's internal potency has manifested the all-attractive form of Krishna, and the same internal potency and Ladini feature has presented Radharani, who is the attraction for the all-attractive Lord. No one can match Srimati Radharani in the transcendental pastimes of Krishna. And then he quotes his famous verse, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pradibhavitabhis, from the Brahma Samhita. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who resides in his own realm Goloka with Radha, who resembles his own spiritual figure and who embodies the ecstatic potency Ladini. Their companions are her confidants, who embody extensions of her bodily form and who are imbued and permeated with ever blissful spiritual rasa. So then Krishna's Kaviraj writes, now please listen to how Lord Krishna's consorts help him taste rasa and how they help in his pastimes. Now this concept of rasa, of course, is central to Krishna consciousness. And rasa is given the word by Bhaktisiddhanta mellow, which really isn't even in the dictionary as a noun. You know, so it's, mellow means, or rasa means the feeling or the pleasure that we derive in relationship with others. And we have experience of that here, at least in a shadow form. For instance, a mother's love for a child. Very intense, very protective, and very selfless. Prabhupada said that it's the closest thing we have to pure devotion for Krishna, which is meant to be completely selfless. It means taking pleasure just in the pleasure of the beloved. That's the essence of bhakti. Have no other desire. So what is a mother? Little baby is like 6 weeks old or something. She's taking care of the child, making sure he's comfortable, well fed, that everything is fine. And what is what's the reciprocation? There's no reciprocation from the baby. You know, it's just that the mother is happy the child is well fed and is healthy and safe, and that's the pleasure of the mother. Completely selfless. So Prabhupada said this is the closest we have in this material world. So imagine a world where, all the gopis, all the cowherd boys and parents, all the rasas are there. Parental ras, there's also sakya ras. We've all had good friends, and we all have good friends, and we relate to them, and we want to help them, and we want to, make them happy and pleased and have fun with them. And there's also dasya ras. Krishna, some of his cowherd boyfriends, they're in a mood of more service. And Balaram is more in the mood of protection, because he's a little older, so he has a tinge. The rasas are very intricate. They're not all pure. They can be servanthood with a tinge of friendship and this like that. So then there's the gopis, who have this conjugal ras with Krishna, but it's hidden. So it's not. Prabhupada describes it. I just heard a lecture. Every morning I listen to 1 or 2 lectures, and he was describing. Many of you are familiar with the Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, where Krishna begins describing an upside-down banyan tree, right, with the roots up and the branches down. So Prabhupada says, where can you see such a tree? Okay, you go to a nice pond that's very, very quiet, and on the other side of the pond, near the bank, is growing a tree. Well, if it's daytime, you look, and there's the thing upside down. The highest point of the tree is down and the roots are up. So this whole world is a reflection. And Prabhupada used that phrase many often, perverted reflection. It's not an exact reflection of the spiritual world. And that's why when we forget Krishna, this is how we came to the material world, and we become absorbed in the things of this world, we can become so intensely attracted to different things, the opposite sex and so many other things. We can become completely obsessed with that. And because they have this intense attraction to Krishna in the spiritual world, but here it's reflected here. But because, Prabhupada explains, or Krishna Kaveri says, when that Ladini Shakti is trying to expand it from us in this material world, it becomes the source of our misery. It becomes the source of our suffering. Because we become attached, and then the body is just a machine. You leave it, and you have to begin all over again, and you have these unfulfilled desires and your karma and all these different things. This is not our natural state. The whole idea is, let's get back to our original state, go back home, back to Godhead. We all have a place in Krishna's Leela, as in one of those rasas, especially custom made for us. We're all individuals. And we want to try to, Bhakti Yoga is a process of rediscovering that and finally living in it. And actually every moment thinking of that, Prabhupada says. It may take more than one lifetime, but we should be determined to make as much progress as possible. So then he says, now please listen how Krishna's consorts help him taste rasa and how they help in his pastimes. The beloved consorts of Krishna are of three kinds: the goddesses of fortune, the queens in Dwarka, and the milkmaids of Braja, who are foremost of all. All of these consorts precede or expansions of Srimati Radharani. Just as the fountainhead, Krishna, is the cause of all incarnations, so Radha is the cause of all these consorts. The goddesses of fortune are partial manifestations of Srimati Radhika, and the queens are reflections of her image. So this gets kind of technical. I'm not going to get into detail. But they're all expanding from her. The goddesses of fortune are plenary portions, and they display the forms of Vaibhava Vilas. It's a technical term. But the queens are Vaibhava Prakash, and that means they're all individual. So like you read the Krishna book, Krishna marries Rukmini, and then he marries Lakshmana, and there's all of these different queens, and they're all individuals. But they're all expansions from Srimati Radharani, ultimately. But they have their individual personalities. That's Vaibhava Prakash. The Braja Devis have diverse bodily features. They are her expansions and her instruments for expanding rasa. Without many consorts, there is not such exaltation in rasa. Therefore, there are many manifestations of Srimati Radharani to assist in the Lord's pastimes. Among the various groups of consorts in Braja who have varieties of sentiments and mellows, they help Lord Krishna taste all the sweetness of the rasa dance and other pastimes. Radha is the one who gives pleasure to Govinda, and she is also the enchantress of Govinda. She is the be-all and end-all of Govinda and the crest jewel of all his consorts. This is one famous verse in Bengali. So just a little sidelight, as Bhaddi Ramaswamy would say. When Lord Chaitanya went to visited Vrindavan, he had difficulty getting there. There's a whole pastime, but he started, then he couldn't go, and finally goes. And it's quite a description in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 17, 18, I think. And he goes there, and these two parrots come down, and they alight on the branch nearby him. And they start having an argument. The female parrot, the Shari, and the Shuka, the male. One is the female parrot is chanting verses describing how Radharani is enchanting Krishna, and the Shukas say no. Krishna is enchanting Radharani. You see. So who do you think finally wins the argument? The Shari. Shiradikaya priyata surupita sushilata narganagana chaturi gunani sampat kapita charajre jagan mano mohana chitta mohini. So the last line means this. Krishna is known as Jagan Mohana, mean he who bewilders and enchants the whole universe. He's so attractive and so enchanting. But Radharani is the one who enchants, the enchanter of the whole universe. How? Priyata, first of all with her love. Surupita, with her beauty. Sushilata, with her spotless behavior and character. Sushilata. Nartanagana Chaturi, her expertise in singing and in dancing. Gunali Sampat, she's a veritable treasure house of good qualities. Kavitacha Rajate, which includes poetic ability and all these different things. And in all of these things, he completely enchants Krishna. He wants to be enchanted. He expands himself. Radharani Shakti is his own Shakti. But he enjoys being enchanted. And then there's so many varieties. You know, Krishna will be late to the rendezvous and Radharani will go off in a huff. So I'll never meet him, I'll never see him again. You know, which is, it adds to the whole mystery of it, the adventure. What can Krishna do to, appease Radharani and all these different things. So this is in the high literature that the Goswamis have written, and it's all available. It's the Chaitanya Charitamrita is a pinnacle. It has everything in it. You get to the Antya-lila, and there's the highest levels of Krishna's love, Radha's love for Krishna in separation. This is there in the Shikshastika, where near the end he's completely in the mood of Radharani. These verses, by the way, just some information, these were written not as an ashtaka. These are all written by Lord Chaitanya at different times, different places. And Krishnadas Kaviraj, he collected them all from the Padyavali, which is Rupa Goswami's favorite verses. There's over 400 verses in there. He wrote a few of them, most of them by others. And they were put in this order, progressive order. And at the end there, describing Lord Chaitanya's complete mood. This famous verse, Yugayitam Nimeshena Chakshusha Pravashahitam Shunyahitam Jagatsavam Govinda Vidahename. Every moment drags on like 1,000,000 years or more. From the rain clouds of my eyes, the tears and torrents pour. This whole creation is nothing but a vast and joyless void. Oh, Govinda, by your absence I am being destroyed. And then Lord Chaitanya, in that CC, at the very end, 20th chapter, he gives a whole explanation of a commentary on the next verse, which is the Radharani's, she says, Ashlishiva Paradatam Banashtamam Darshanan Mahatang Karodava Yatata Bhavadatu Lampato Mat Prananatas Tutaheva Napara. Let Madhava embrace this maid who's fallen at his feet. Or let him trample me or my most ardent hopes defeat by never giving me a chance to see him anywhere, thus shattering my heart and plunging me into despair. You see, he is a restless libertine and not a saint. So let him act in any way he likes without restraint. Yet though his cruel and crooked ways may cause me constant woe, Krishna is the only Lord my heart shall ever know. Now where do you find that in a material relationship? You get jilted by a girlfriend or boyfriend. You get on the internet, you write all kinds of nasty things about it, they become your arch enemy, right? The Radharani says, no, let Krishna, he goes off to Dwarka. He says, I'll be back. He doesn't come back for 100 years. Meanwhile, they're pining away in Vrindavan, but they never say, let's not talk about Krishna, talk about something else. There's a verse like that in the Krishna Karnamrita. He says, talk about something else, auspicious. I don't want to talk about Krishna anymore. But alas, he's in my heart, his beauty, it's like that. So this is Radharani. The transcendental goddess Radharani is the direct counterpart of Krishna. She's the central figure for all the goddesses of fortune. She possesses the all-attractiveness to attract the all-attractive personality of Godhead. She's the primeval internal potency of the Lord. Okay, it's getting a little late. So what we're going to do now, I have two things prepared, two folders here, or presentations. One is the Radhikashtaka. This is again the Shuka and the Shari, but this time it's in the Govinda Lilamrita. The same author, Krishna's Kaviraj. He became Kaviraj by right. Kaviraj means the king of poets, or it's an epithet, but someone who really can write poetry. So he got that from writing this Govinda Lilamrita, which is quite amazing. So within the Govinda Lilamrita, there's again the Shuka and the Shari singing. And the Shari is singing a beautiful ashtaka, praying for the service of the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. So I'd like to share that with you. I put it into poetry. I brought my own music box here. And then there's a very special little poem written by Rupa Goswami called the Ananda Chandrika, the moonshine of bliss, which is 10 names of Radharani. Just 10 names, 2 little verses. And then it gives the benefits. Anyone who recites this, so we're going to go word by word. It's so short. So I want you to try to say the Sanskrit, and I have it on the screen. And then the benefits are, you become completely free of all suffering, you get showered with good fortune, and you very quickly become the object of mercy for Radha and Madhava. Just for these 2 verses. It's like Radharani has made it as easy as it possibly can be. So we can all chant that one, and she promises that you... But before we do that, let's do the Radhikashtaka. Let's see. And I think now we can shut these lights off. And, so I hope you all recognize it. And let's see if I can get this going. Right on beat. Tapas Prabhu. You know, everyone, a lot of people know Tapas. He's on a vacation. He went to India. He only got a week off. He went to India. He's going to be back in a week, but he's not here right now, so we're on our own. Okay. So here's how it goes. Can everyone see that? Kunkumakta kanchanam jagava hari goraba pitananchi tabja ganda kirti nindi soraba ballaveshu suna sava vanchi tarta sadika maya matma parapadma dasa dasturadika. Everyone know what it means? No, that's why I wrote this poem. Her gold complexion steals the pride of golden lotus tinged with red. Her fragrance mocks the scent of lotus bloom with saffron butter spread. Her skill in satisfying Sri Hari is perfect and complete. May Radhika bestow on me the service of her lotus feet. Everyone. May Radhika bestow on me the service of her lotus feet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Gauravinda Kandi Nindi Chitta Patta Shatika, Krishna Matta Bringa Keli Pulla Pushpa Vatika, Krishna Nitya Sangha Mata Padma Bandhu Radhika, Maya Matma Pada Padma Dasa Dastu Radhika. Her wondrous silken garments shame the splendor rubies can display. She is a blooming garden where the bee of Krishna loves to play. She worships Surya every day, so she and Madhava can meet. May Radhika bestow on me the service of her. Everyone. May Radhika bestow on me the service of her lotus feet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare. Saukamaya Srishtam Pallavali Kirti Ningraha, Chanda Notpalendu Sevya Shita Vigraha, Swabhimasham Ballavisha Kamatapa Bharika, Maya Matma Pada Padma Dasya Dastu Radhika. Eclipsed by Radha's tenderness, the fame of budding blossom dims. The moon, a lotus, sandal paste, and camphor serve her cooling limbs. When Krishna burns with love, desire, the soothing touch dispels the heat. May Radhika bestow on me the service of her lotus feet. May Radhika bestow on me the service of her lotus feet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare. Vishvabandya Yovitabi Vanditapi Yarama, Rupa Navya Yovanari Sampadane Yatsama, Shilahara Lilayata Sayatos Dinarika, Maya Matma Pada Padma Dasya Dastu Radhika. Radhika. Though youthful goddesses adored by all adore the goddess Shri. She lacks Shri Radha's beauty, youth, and every other quality. So when it comes to lover sports, with no Radhika no one can be. May Radhika bestow on me the service of her lotus feet. So when it comes to lover sports, with Radha no one can compete. May Radhika bestow on me the service of her lotus feet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Rasa Lasa Gita Nama Satkalali Pandita, Prema Ramya Rupa Vesha Sadgunali Nandita, Vishwanamya Gopi Yoshadali Topi Yarika, Maya Matma Pada Padma Dasa Dastu Radhika. Within the rasa dancer singing and her joking are the best. She shines with countless traits divine like love and gorgeous form and dress. Among the famous gopis of Vrindavan she's supremely sweet. May Radhika bestow on me the service of her lotus feet. May Radhika bestow on me the service of her lotus feet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Nityanamya Rupa Keri Krishna Bhava Sambada, Krishna Raga Bandha Gopeyo Vateshu Kampada, Krishna Rupa Vesha Keli Lagna Satsamarika, Maya Matma Pada Padma Dasa Dastu Radhika. Eternal pastime, beauty, youth, and love for Krishna make her rich. The loving gopis tremble just to see her love at highest pitch. Her meditation on Shri Krishna's form and pastimes is complete. May Radhika bestow on me the service of her lotus feet. May Radhika bestow on me the service of her lotus feet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare. Sweta Kampa Kanta Kashu Gangadari Sanchita, Marsha Harsha Vamatari Bhavam Bhushan Anchita, Krishna Netra Toshi Ratna Mandanali Darika, Maya Matma Pada Padma Dasa Dastu Radhi. Perspiring, trembling hairs on end, and crying, faltering of the voice, impatience, joy, and godly signs of rapture make her friends rejoice. For Krishna's eyes these many gem-like ecstasies provide a treat. May Radhika bestow on me the service of her lotus feet. May Radhika bestow on me the service of her lotus feet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram. Yachanarda Krishna Viprayoga Santatorita Nikadanya Chapalari Bhava Vrinda Modita Yatna Lambda Krishna Sangha Nikita Kelarika Maya Matma Pada Padma Dasa Dastu Radhika. Apart from Krishna for a moment, Radha feels anxiety and restlessness and other moods, the highest kind of ecstasy. But when she meets him with some effort, all her sufferings retreat. May Radhika bestow the service of her lotus feet. May Radhika bestow on me the service of her lotus feet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Ashtakene Astvanena Nauti Krishna Balabam Darshane Pishalajari Oshadadi Durlabam Krishna Sangam Nanditatma Dasa Siddhu Bhajanam Tam Karoti Nanditali Sanchaya Usajin. Exalted goddesses like Parvati can hardly ever see Shri Krishna's lover Radhika, but if a humble devotee recites these verses, then Shri Radha, who enjoys with Shri Hari, will pour the nectar of her service down on him eternally. Will pour the nectar of her service down on him eternally. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare. Go Premanande. Oh. So may you all attain service to Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. And now, if you'll just indulge me another 5 minutes, and the feast will be there. Sorry. I'm sorry to hold you up. But, let's see. Escape. Okay. And we're going to do that little poem. It'll just take 3 or 4 minutes. And then you very quickly get the mercy of Radha Madhava. Definitely worthwhile. Okay. Back to the top. And now, Ananda Chandrika. So this is Ananda Chandrikaya, Radha Dasa Namastotra, a prayer containing 10 names of Radha and bearing the title The Moonlight of Bliss by Srila Rupa Goswami. So we're going to do this word by word, so you get to say it. Try to say the Sanskrit. Radha, Damodara, Preshta, Radhika, Varshabhanavi, Samasta Ballavi, Vrinda, Dammilotangsa, Mallika. So these are the first 5 names. Radha. All right, 2. Then I'll just read the translation. You can read along. She who is dear to Lord Damodar. 3, his greatest worshipper. 4, the daughter of King Vrishabhanu. 5, she who is the crowning garland of Mallika flowers on the decorated braided hair of all the gopis. Sorry about the double love there. I'm an editor, but I missed that one. Next. Krishna, Priyavali Mukya, Gandharva, Lalita Sakhi, Vishakha, Sakya Sukini, Haridrid, Bringamanjari. 6, she's the foremost of Lord Krishna's beloved. 7, an expert singer and musician. 8, Lalita's friend. 9, she who is delighted with the friendship of Vishakha. And 10, the flower blossom that attracts the black bee of Lord Hari's heart. So there's the 10 names. You chanted them. Now, what are the benefits? I'll just read these myself. Imam Vrindavaneshaya Dashanama Manorama Ananda Chandikam Nama Yo Rahasyam Stutim Pate Saklesha Rahito Budva Buri Saubhagya Bhushitaha Tvaritam Karana Patram Radha Madhavayo Bhavet. That person who recites this confidential prayer, which bears the title Ananda Chandrika, the moonlight of bliss, and which is beautified by 10 names of the Queen of Vrindavan, becomes free of all troubles and decorated with great good fortune. That person quickly becomes the object of Shri Radha Madhava's mercy. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So that's our presentation for this evening. Thank you for listening. And Jai Radhe Shyam. Hari Bol. And now if we could bring the lights up, and we'll proceed. Yes, go ahead.
That was very sweet. And like Bhakti Yoga, it just gets sweeter. So for your delight, we have a nice surprise. Mataji Faneshwari, she has a very nice offering for us for the children.
No. We just needed 5 minutes. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, everybody. So this is just, I guess, the cherry on top of the ice cream that was Janmashtami, right? So this is the sweet part. So the kids have been practicing a little song. And please, if you can you find Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite on your phone? The kids are going to sing. They'll lead, and we will follow. Okay, so if you could find that song on your phone. And we'll set them up. Okay, come.
Where's the other mic? Is there one more mic?
I have 2 mics here.
You got both? Okay, we got them.
Okay, here it is.
We'll give that to Varsana.
Okay.
Go here, hold on.
No, Ganesh.
Hold on, go ahead. This is not a place.
Okay. Thanks. Just put this. Okay. Right here. One. You want to be here, Krishna?
No, you want to stand up.
So we want these guys together, but far from the drum, so there's no resounding.
So, are we going to read the translation first?
Yes. Can you put it up?
That is what you will need.
The translation for the
You will probably need this.
Mataji.
This is better for you.
This.
Okay, you stand together. Come forward. Come forward.
Yeah, 3 of us are going to be on one side and the other 3 are going to be on the other.
Okay. Shriyan.
No, that works.
Shriyan, let have Shivani in front of you.
Can I hold it?
Yeah, well, one sec. Shivani, you come forward. Yeah, this one for, you want the mic for them.
Yeah. Then,
You gotta hold it till it turns on.
No, he's not even reading. No, he is reading.
This one's dead.
Son is not reading.
This one might be dead.
Reading script, reading.
It's on.
Third. No, he's. Be quiet. Other side of the So first,
So, you ready?
yeah.
Okay. So I hope you guys found it on your phones. The kids are first going to read the translation. So Ram, go ahead, you start.
So for the refrain, the translation is, O Radha, O beloved of Madhava, O you are worshipped by all the young girls of Gokula. All glories unto you, all glories unto you.
For the first part, the translation is, you who dress yourself in such a way as to increase Lord Damodara's love and attachment for you, O Queen of Vrindavana, which is the pleasure grove of Lord Hare.
The second paragraph for the translation is, you who dress yourself in such a way, O new moon that is arisen from the ocean of King Vishambhuna, O friend of Lalita, O you make Vishaka loyal, you due to your wonderful qualities and feline and kindness and faithful to Krishna.
You are filled with compassion. You whose divine characteristics are
described by the great sages Sanaka and Sanatana. O Radha, please be merciful to me.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayate Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite He Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayate Damodarati Vadana Veshe Hari Niskuta Vrinda Vipineshe Darati Vadana Veshe Hari Niskuta Vrinda Vipineshe Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Shabodhanava Sasyaleke Lalita Sakhi Gunaramita Vishake Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayate Karnam Kuru Mai Karna Varite Sanaka Sanatana Varinyata Charite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe 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 Shri Radhe Shri Radhe
Hello. Haribo. Me again, sorry. But I have a few more commercial announcements before. We want to first thank you. We are prepared. I want who have Mrinanga, prepare the Mrinanga. We have a very important announcement to say. Who came for Janmashtami here? Who came that night? Everybody came? Yeah. Okay. We want to announce we have one of the best Janmashtamis in many years, especially after COVID. Prepare the Mrindangas, Kartals. We want to say thank you all. Thank you so much, everybody who donate cents, $1, $2, 2,000, 10, 20, $30,000. We collect over $72,000 this Janmashtami. We're gonna stay in business. Thank you. We're gonna keep the temple open by Krishna's mercy. Thank you so much. We really appreciate from the heart of the devotees, the brahmacharis, Radharani and Swami everywhere. We want to say thank you so much for your support. It's really important for us. It's your biggest fundraising of the year, and they keep you basically open almost for a year. The temple open, running, with your help. Thank you so much. We want to say thank you also, a special thank you to the persons who make these outfits, the person who got the flowers. We want to say thank you to Vrindavan Vilasini. She went to the market to get the flowers. Also Giridhar Priya, and Giridhar Priya also who make the outfit with Jayanti Radhika and Jasoda, their mother, and also Maharshi and his mom. Thank you so much. They spent the whole Friday doing the outfit. Thank you so much. And also, will be impossible if we don't have the flowers. We want to say thank you to the Chauhan family, Apurva and Adit Patel, for the one who donated the money for the flowers. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. And I want to say thank you again for all the sponsors, Asha Ori, Shobana Babu Boga, Raki Sumesh, Shruti Singh, Rupali Chada, Rupa Goswami, Micha, Rupa Manohara, Jamuna Pati, Vinod Sasidaran, Gerardo Shahagun, Prabhu Kandasamy, Nadia Bihari, David Yom, Vishal Vinod, Radha Priya Devidasi, Judith Steven Radha Priya, Ambudar Tripathi, Sanjay Kurubadi and Kurubadi family, Chaturbedi family, Tantod family, Guru Krishna, Nimai and the whole Bechod family, Osa family, and probably many more people who donate. I don't remember. I don't have all the list. They donated the last minute for the Avishek. Thank you so much, and especially thank you for the families who donate the fees for this amazing fees. Kandeshi family, Krishna Katadas, and Parikshik Das. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Until next time. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. I think.
Yeah, try. So now we'll have a nice feast. They wanted me to read. We have a special guest coming next week, so I'd just like to give a nice introduction to him. So for those of you who know Radhashyam Prabhu, he'll be here. So His Grace Radhashyam Prabhu, who's been practicing Krishna consciousness for the last 30 years. He's the temple president of ISKCON Pune, and at 7,000 devotees and 200 brahmacharis. So he's going to be here on Thursday. He's going to give the Krishna Lounge talk, and then he's going to give Bhagavatam class Friday morning, and then he's going to leave to San Jose. So he's a very, very special empowered devotee. He does really nice classes, and he can answer all your questions. They say specifically, definitely make it to any one of these classes and stay behind after them to ask him those burning questions whose answers could change your life and bhakti forever. Thank you for a wonderful festival. Thank you for all the wonderful festivals we've had. You guys are wonderful. You make this congregation sweet. We're going to try to serve prasadam to everyone, so if we can get into rows, let's try to make it happen. Take as much food as you can, bring some food home, and have a wonderful time. Haribol.
Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radha Giridhari ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.